I know it's not the ideal location when it comes to service accommodation, probably because there's too many of them there. But what you could look at basically, what can I do to stand out? What can I do better to make mine better? Because now you've seen the property, you see how it looks like. The landlord is basically struggling, okay? That is the reason why he said some summers he makes 1,500, some he doesn't make. He's doing it as Airbnb basically, right? Maybe you may have misunderstood him where he said we had doctors there, previous an accountant, but maybe what he meant was someone took it on that basis for a short time, okay? Because if he knows the fluctuation, it means he's done something to do with that before. Right? If not, he would have just known how much people are paying rent for, right? So with this, then what we could do, we could analyze the deal. Then we could say, okay, we would go with the landlord's figure, okay? We say then, if we were to get this property at how much the landlord is renting it right now, right? Not this column. This one here, okay? Let me put this there. If we say then, we want them to get this property on that rate. So what we could do, we could say, okay, he's asking for 190. Sorry, nightly rate is 190. That's how much he's asking people to pay, right? And he's asking us maybe rent. Let's say he wants 1,400, yeah? Let's say 1,625. Looking at the figures now, if we go for the 190, right, nightly rate, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Right, if you go for the 190 rate, that's 31,208 pounds at 45% occupancy rate.
Okay.
Okay, so the landlord is asking for 1,625. This is our bare minimum, okay? So taking the electricity, gas, water, council tax was how much?
120 a month. So it came up to about something like 1,440 a year.
Okay, 1,440 a year, right? And you got your Wi-Fi, you've got your cleaning cost. I think that was cleaning cost, right? Cleaning cost we're saying about £100 per week. That would be a bit low for London. Let's say 150. Yeah.
Okay.
And then management fees, we're charging 5%, right, to ourselves to manage it. And then we've got the TV license, and then we've got repairs. We're saying repairs may cost us about maybe £60 a month. That's just rough idea. Okay. So still at 45% occupancy rate, we're making £267 a month profit. Right. And this is us going with the figure he has online here. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Right. Even the title of his property doesn't attract anybody. Right. So you can see here, compare the first and the second properties. If you were to book, forget the price, okay? Most people that book here, they don't worry about price. Okay?
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't worry about the prices.
Yeah,
so if you were to book one of these properties, which one would you go for?
Yeah, I'd go for the second one. I mean, just the lighting alone makes it look better.
You see, presentation is key, right?
Yes,
you can see Marble Arch, Oxford Street, Hyde Park Museum. You see the title. It tells you where you are. His title is not, right?
Yeah.
So in worst case scenario, we're gonna, you see, it's new to booking. This has just been done. Right? So again, then that property is likely to be vacant. It's likely to be vacant unless if he doesn't know what's happening to his flat. Okay. So again, look at that one there. So we now know, looking at the figures, even if we go at that rate, right, £190 a night, just for two people, we're not talking about additional people, right? We are at £270 a month, right? Yeah. So that's still good for us, basically, right? The reason why it's good, you don't have to manage tenants. You're not going to get a nightmare tenant that will disturb you and make you get sleepless nights, basically, okay? And that is at 45% occupancy rate, not even at 50%, right? So if we go for 90%, for example, if we go for 90%, right? Let's just go for 80%, right? 80%, you're on 2,180. This is how you make your money in service accommodation, I'll tell you. Summertime, you inflate the prices, right? To compensate you when you don't have lots of booking. Is this making sense? So that 190 could be 250 or 300 during summer, right? So if you've got fewer bookings in summer than you have in winter or spring, right? That compensates you for the other months that you've got the property vacant, right? So we're saying here, if we go for 80% occupancy rate, we're on 26K a year.
And 80% is realistic?
Well, in London, it is, right? So even if we go for 70%, let's go for 70%, okay? Don't go for 75%. 70%, you are on 20K.
Okay.
Right? And we're talking about asking them to pay you 190. Right? If we have third tenant, we charge them extra for that. Fourth tenant, we ask them, we charge them extra. For this property, it would sleep minimum of 4 people. 2 people in the bedroom and 2 people in the kitchen diner. So that is 4 people. Right? And we're doing the analysis based on 2 people. Right? At 190. Right? So we see then here at 70%, we are on 20K. Right? So because you want to do a service accommodation as rent to rent again, let's say now, if you want to do rent to rent, we're going to go to spare room, okay?
Yeah.
What was the postcode again?
So it's W for whiskey,
Oh, no,
1H, yep. Wonderful.
W?
W1H for Harry, and then 5L for Lion, P for Papa.
Let's see what we've got here. These are all double rooms. Apartment, 650 per week. Right. $390.
The studio.
For a studio. Okay, so that's fine. So we're going to go to right move then. Again, we're going to do the same thing. For rent, and it's 1 bedder, right?
1 bedroom, yep.
See, that one is going for 2,000, 1,700, 2,000, 2,384, 3,000, 1,700. So this is crazy prices. Right, so this one is 1,400. So we now know, right, anywhere from 1,600 to 2,000 pounds is below market rent, right? Because it says it here, how much the properties are going for, right? You see, 1,950. So we're going to bear this in mind when we're taking on the property, okay? So what this tells us then probably, if you go back to your figures.
Oh, right, I saw 1,004, but anyway.
Where is it? Yeah, 1,004 is here.
But what's that for? Is that a yeah? That's a.
They're all 1 bedrooms.
Yeah.
This one is very close to our house, 360 yards. This one is 900, even 90 yards actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. You see. So what we now do, we're going to go back then and look at our figures. We go back. Okay. So now, if I am going to do at 45% occupancy rate, right? Landlord now wants, let's say he wants £2,000. Okay. So we know It needs to be minus £2,000. Okay, minus £2,000, right?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, no, that's not right. 45, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
And this is your flat, right? Right. At 45% occupancy rate, at 190, I was looking at the wrong figure just now. Hold on, I need to refresh this. Right. I need to times that by 12. That's why it wasn't making sense. Times 12. Right. So we now know at that price, we're making loss at £2,000, right? So we want to get the landlord anywhere below that figure, basically. Right?
Okay.
So when you go back to him and tell him, listen, I've seen some property very close to your property is going for whatever it is. So the best I can offer is this, and I will guarantee you the rent. Right? Now we know with service accommodation, we're still okay with it. Right? If you can get him anything below £2,000, right? If we go for 1,700, or say, let's say 1,800 times 12, we're still making about £92 a month, okay? That is an average at 45% occupancy rate. We need to be making profit at 45% occupancy rate, okay? Whereby it's £50, £100, £200, we need to be making profit there, okay? Because that's what tells us, helps we win, tells we don't lose, okay? So that's where we are on that, okay? So now you wanted to look at the rent to rent route. Let's say we take on that property at this price, £1,685, okay?
Yeah.
And basically we are not paying any of the bills, no?
So we are paying, we're paying everything. But well, as in,
if you're renting a flat, you don't pay the bills. The tenant pays the bill.
Yeah, the tenant pays, but in terms of me to the landlord, obviously I take it all. But yeah, in terms of me and the tenant, or my company, the tenants, yeah, they pay.
No, this we're assuming that we're renting it to someone. We're not doing it as service accommodation anymore.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So electricity is zero. That is zero. Gas is zero. Water, maybe you include water.
Yeah.
Right? That is zero. That is zero. That is zero. That is zero. That is zero.
I've included the council tax, you know.
Do you? No, you don't include the council tax because they pay for their council tax, don't they?
They should pay for everything.
Yeah,
no, they do. But I was going to put it as an inclusive offer. Does that make sense?
Okay, we'll see you'll see the figures. Let's say maintenance about £60, okay, £100. Yeah, about £100 a month. Okay, you wanted to do council tax, right?
Yeah,
minus 120. So if the landlord
and then water
is there already.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Thank you.
So how much rent we pay to the landlord? Let's say we pay to the landlord 1,800. Yeah, you're making about £200 profit if it's 1,800. That's £2,400 a year. So there's no money for you there, basically. Right?
Yeah.
Unless, and that's us saying we're going to rent it at 2,400, right? Unless if you're not paying the council tax. If you're not paying the council tax, that then goes to 320 a month. That gives you about 3,840, right? I don't think you pay the council tax when it comes to these properties, right? Because all the things you have advertised here, they haven't told us that you would pay for the bills. You pay the bills yourself, the one who rents it. It's like when you're renting a house. You see?
Yeah, I was just going to do that, obviously, because you can never really tell whether, well, I suppose these are different kind of tenants, isn't it, generally, but I normally take responsibility for that and make it as an inclusive. The only thing that I let them pay for directly is the electricity and gas, as that fluctuates.
Right. If that's what you want to do, then you need to add that figure on your rental income. Then instead of 2,400, you say 2,500 all inclusive. Sorry, including water and council tax.
Yeah, but then
you could say 2,500, and then that then makes you £295. Basically, it's not worth renting it out. This is what I'm trying to tell you, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing would work for you is service accommodation. Unless if you're happy with £300, then yes, right? Or if you can get that figure to 1,600.
That's what I was trying to do.
If you can get that figure to 1,625, then you're making 470.
That's what I was trying to go for.
If that's what you could do, then basically you could close the deal in a way that with rent to rent it works, and it works without rent to rent. Okay, then you've got two exit strategies: service accommodation or rent to rent. Okay, so you can use both then.
Yes.
So the maximum we could do, if that's what you want to do, the maximum we could do is 1,625 then.
Okay.
Make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Basically, that's what we could do then. So 1,625 is the maximum. Anything over that, think service accommodation. Okay. Right? And don't worry about the area being saturated. We want to go and add value to the property. Now we know it's not been looked after nicely, right? We could go then and literally implement our own little things to make it better, right? And then there are so many avenues we can take advantage of to ensure to see if we can get more bookings then.
But basically, what you're saying is, as service accommodation, it's surely worth the risk.
Of course, at 45% occupancy rate, right? At even £2,000, 1,800 to the landlord, right? At 190 nightly rate, we're still making minimum of £92 a month. At 45% occupancy rate. If we go to 60%, right? We're making at least £900 a month. That's still better if you were to rent it to someone else.
Yeah. I get what you mean. But the only thing with SA is that it fluctuates. So how would I then pay the landlord? Because then I can't guarantee rent every month. It would have to be maybe rent every quarter?
If you want to structure it that way, better for you, right? But you have to have that money upfront, though, to pay him for the beginning.
Okay.
Right? But you could have a buffer, for example, because okay, now I'm gonna keep 2 months rent just for this property. This is where rent-free period works as well, right? If you could do rent-free period for about a month or so, you can say, okay, now any bookings I get for a month, I'll keep aside for raining days, right? So your target bookings basically would be to get minimum of maybe, how much are we paying him? 1,800 is to get a minimum of 2,500 bookings a month. That's your break even.
£2,500 worth of bookings.
Yeah, that's your break even then.
Okay, so okay. All right. So 2,500 divided by 1.
Minus the 1,800.
We're talking about basically at least 13 days, at least 15 days, at least 15 nights occupancy per month.
Yeah, you need that.
Now, obviously, being in this would be my first SA. You're saying that it could work?
I think it would work. You know, if you do all this stuff. Pardon?
I said I'll put in the work to make it work.
No, if you put in the work, it would work, right? If you put in the work, you look after it nicely, you take it as a business instead of a hobby, right? It would work. You know, it would work all day long. Because if it wasn't working, you wouldn't see all this service accommodation in that area.
It
is working, okay? The only thing you have, and you now know, the cheapest you can charge in that area is 190. which is what we went for anyways in our analysis. You can charge up to £300. If you're £300, that's 60% occupancy rate. You're on £2,900, right? Even if you are at, let's say, £200, okay? Worst case scenario then. Let's say we increase it to 215. Yeah, 215 at 60% occupancy rate, you're on 16,000. And that is 1,340 a month.
Then I need to go for SA then, basically.
SA works, right? Yeah. I'm telling you now, SA works. Unless you can get someone to rent that flat for you for over 2,600, right? Then it was taking the risk, right?
Yeah.
But if you know you cannot get someone to pay you more than 2,600, right? You might as well go for the service accommodation at maximum 1,800 to the landlord.
And maybe try to get it down even if possible.
Yeah, no, okay. I said maximum. That would be the maximum.
Yeah. Okay, I get you. The only other thing I need to know really is, like, how often would I need to be there? Because obviously this is central London. I know how much work I had to put in with the Peckham property, going there every day to make it work. Now, obviously that's a 4-bed property. This is a 1-bed, but it's SA. I haven't done SA before. And I know, you've got the cleaning aspect and you need to put people in place, but how much running around would I need to do realistically up and down? Because obviously that costs petrol. Petrol prices are a lot these days. What's the realistic work that I need to be putting in generally to make it work for the next sort of like 3 months before it starts sort of being a bit more hands-free?
Like, right? If you're spending, say, 100% of what your time you're spending now on your rent-to-rent property, right, you will spend 80% less time on this property.
80% less.
80% less, because you haven't got tenants to go and look after every day. The only thing you need to do, brother Franz, you're gonna systemize it, right? I'm gonna help you systemize it, right? It's when the guest checks in, you get the cleaners to go in by sending them text message, by letting them know when the bookings are. Any additional bookings, you update them. They go and do the cleaning and do the changeover, right? The only time you would go to that property is if you want to resolve any issues in there, like a door is broken, a latch is loose, then you go and fix it, right? Once the tenants moved out. But if you've got a handyman in place, again, you don't have to do that. It's not like service. If you remember when I told you, rent to rent is like a job, right? Rent to rent is like a job. For service accommodation, we could automate, right? And we have less impact. I'm telling you, the average number of hours you work on your service accommodation, maybe an hour or two max a week.
Yeah, I think this is time
you only look at the property when something goes wrong. So if you have some stupid tenant doing parties, then with that, you could go and call the police, basically. Or when neighbors call you and told you about that, you don't even have to go. You can just call the police, right? And police will literally ask them out. You call the police on Booking.com or Airbnb, whoever it is, they can ask them to go.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to go for it. I'll aim to negotiate with this with the landlord, and then I'll keep you posted, let you know how it goes. And then take it. Yeah, I appreciate it. There's one last thing I want you to I want you to mention, please, if that's possible. You could maybe hopefully take 2 minutes, but it was to do with, I've seen some properties, 9-bed properties outside of London that are like going for like about 120k. But they want, and I mean, they were former pubs, but they're 9-bed properties. Like 5 of the rooms are like en suites, and they want cash. How could one raise that?
Where is this?
So like Hull.
Yeah. So how you could raise that basically is fairly easy, right? One is to get investors, angel investors on board, like the one that you use to get your rent to rent, right? Get that person on board, right? To get the 25% or 30% of whatever you're looking at.
But if they want cash,
when they said cash, nobody would buy a property cash in this country. It is illegal to buy a property cash.
Illegal?
illegal. Yeah, you cannot buy a property cash.
You need to have a mortgage.
No, you don't need to have a mortgage, but you have to have that property money in your bank. They need to literally check where that money came from.
Oh, right, I see.
Yeah, but you cannot literally take cash now. You go to the property guy, say, here you go, this is the money, I need the property. It doesn't work like that, right? Legal solicitors need to get involved. If you've got the money in the bank, yes, right? But it needs to be literally checked to ensure it's not a money laundering thing.
Yeah, I understand.
Right? But again, any smart investor who knows properties will not buy a property cash or use all their money to buy one house. They would leverage people, like what you did for your rent to rent. Find someone who's got money to put the money in, even if it's 4 or 5 people, right? You can put down this, you can raise it 25 or 30% of that 120, right? And then we've got something called a bridging loan. Does the property require work?
Yeah, well, it didn't see that. I haven't actually seen it in real life, but from the pictures, no. However, once I go to see it, I'll be able to check or be able to know.
If it doesn't require work, even easier, then you just take a normal mortgage.
Okay.
Are we going to do anything with the pub?
Yes, I think initially, I mean, part of the plan would probably be to convert it
into residential. So what you could do then, basically, you're going to take a bridging loan. You rent the top floor or the rooms above the shop or the pub, and then you convert the pub into an apartment or into studio apartment. So what you then do, you raise that 75 or 70 pounds from a bridging loan, which I'm happy to refer you to, right? And then once you've got the property, you can either find angel investors to help you with the renovation, right? Yeah. Or you go for a refurbishment loan to refurbish the property. Right? These are the options that you have available to you. Okay.
I mean, I'll just go for one thing at a time and just stick with this rent to SA deal for now before I try to do anything else.
Yeah, but if that's a good deal, secure it and then source it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Secure it, get it closed. We've got investors ready wanting to buy. We can push this on to them, and then hopefully they will buy it. So at least you make £3,000 or £4,000 from it, and that would then help you raise more money to do this flat. Right? Never ever say no to deals. Right? Put offers in all your deals. Right? If it takes you time to go and view it, go and view it. Even if you make £1,500 from it, it's worth that journey. Is it making sense?
Yeah, no, it does. It does. I appreciate that, Brahim. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that was mainly, I think, all of the questions.
No problem at all. So thanks very much for actually joining, and also keep me posted and let me know how those 2 deals goes. And again, if you have any questions, obviously let us know, and then we can take it from there.
Yeah, I may have to come back up. It was to do with, like, setting up like a system where I can do tenancy checks.
Yeah.
How easy is it to do that?
It's better to use an estate agency.
Okay. All right.
It's cheaper, and they will do it for you for a reasonable price. Or you can contact the office here; they may be able to do it for you for a reasonable price.
Yeah, I'll probably just do that. Okay. All right. I think that's everything for now, Brahim. So you will be hearing from me hopefully with good news saying I've closed the deal.
No problem.
So yeah, appreciate it. And
no problem. Thanks very much for that. Basically, go and kill it, go and implement it. Don't get it for more than 1,800, and then obviously let me know how it goes. Okay.
Okay, I will do.
All right.
I will do.
Thanks very much.
You. All right.
Take
care. Bye-bye.
If you like this video or any of my videos, don't forget to hit the like button below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more of this amazing tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to sharing the next video.